We met at work, both fresh-faced professionals, diving into the same internships, sharing long hours and even longer conversations. Olivia had this laugh, an intoxicating, uncontrollable kind of laughter that could turn even the worst day around. It was impossible not to fall for her. After a few months of late-night talks and stolen moments, I couldn't hold back. I asked her to marry me. She laughed, God, that laugh, but shook her head. It's too soon, she said. So we carried on, no rings, no paperwork, just us. For years passed like a dream, a comfortable rhythm of togetherness. Then, without warning, she was gone. I tried to move on, convincing myself that the chapter was closed, but Olivia had a way of resurfacing when I least expected it. One evening, she showed up at my doorstep, her presence stirring something I had long buried. What started as a calm conversation quickly unraveled into accusations and raw emotion. You kept me tied down for 4 years, but you married someone else in 2 months. I snapped, unable to contain my bitterness. I never tied you down, she shot back. Really? Then what was all this? What were we? I threw up my hands in frustration. You've got your life now, your comfort, your wealth. As always, money wins. Her expression softened. Calm down, please. Let's talk. I turned to face her. There were tears in her eyes. It should have softened me, but I felt drained. We have nothing to talk about, Olivia. Just go. She reached for my hand, desperation laced in her voice. Wait, you can't just throw me out like this. This is important. I pulled away, but then she whispered something that made me freeze. It's about my father. We needed the money for his surgery. Her voice cracked, hesitation creeping in. I exhaled sharply, trying to steady my anger. You need to leave. Go back to your husband. Tears streamed down her face as she clung to me. I'm sorry. I'm filing for divorce. She buried her face in my chest, but I stood still, unable to return the embrace. A storm of emotions raged inside me. Anger, regret, something I couldn't quite name. I needed time. I need time to forgive, I whispered, my hand absently stroking her back. Her tears shifted, less sorrow, more frustration. You have to forgive me, she demanded, her voice shaking. I sighed, trying to soothe her. Please calm down. She kept crying, but now it was a mix of everything, resentment, regret, and something else, something unfinished. Do you want to visit your dad? I asked, unsure if it was the right thing to say. She shook her head. He won't get it. He doesn't even know I left my husband. Wait, you ran away? I blinked in disbelief. Do you realize what you've done? Tension crackled between us. I want to be with you, she blurted out. Her voice was raw, desperate. That was the moment I gave up. I let her stay. On one condition. She would pay me back the next day and file for divorce in the coming weeks. But the next day, she was gone. No note. No message. Nothing. I searched everywhere, but it was like she had vanished. There was only one place I hadn't checked, her parents' house. I drove there, determination tightening my grip on the wheel. Olivia's mother greeted me at the gate, wary but polite. She invited me in. Her father was outside, carrying boxes with an ease that didn't match the story Olivia had told me. At the table, I laid everything out. Told them about the night she came to me, the promises, the tears. But instead of concern, I was met with blank stares. When I finished, her father sighed. I never had surgery. Olivia and her husband are at home, safe and sound. My stomach dropped. We never approved of what was going on between you two, he continued. We were relieved when she found a decent man. And now, here you are again. Just leave my daughter alone. I barely heard the rest. His words felt like a slap. I had been played. Again. Feeling like an idiot, I stumbled back to my car, my mind a mess of disbelief and anger. I was about to drive away when I spotted a car approaching. Olivia. She was in the passenger seat, her face streaked with tears. I jumped out of my car, instincts overriding reason. The vehicle screeched to a halt, and the man driving got out, slamming the trunk open to retrieve suitcases. Daughter! Her father cried, clutching his chest. Enough! The man shouted back. I turned to him. Who are you? His sharp gaze met mine. Who the hell are you? I let out a bitter laugh. The lover. Get out of here, he snapped at Olivia. From the porch, her mother's voice rang out in anger, but I couldn't process what she was saying. Olivia stood between us, unreadable, unmoving. Then, without a word, she walked past me, through the gate, and into the house. The man scoffed. Take her. She's yours. But don't expect any more money from us. My confusion deepened. Money? Olivia's father tensed. What money? For the cabin renovations. The surgery. The new teeth. Or maybe it's the other way around. Who cares? It's all a damn lie. There was no operation, her father repeated, his face hardening. The man turned to me. You spent the night with her, didn't you? He laughed bitterly. Yeah. She came to you after I kicked her out. I told her to get lost after some party. But instead of coming here, she ran to you. I felt sick. She's yours, he sneered. Do whatever you want. I'm done with this circus. And just like that, he walked away, leaving me standing there, drowning in the mess Olivia had created. On the drive home, clarity hit me. Maybe it was for the best that she had left me all those years ago. She hadn't run away to find happiness. She had been searching for another way to twist the game, to manipulate, to rewrite the script to her advantage. And no amount of love, money, or time would ever fix that.